This is Year in Review.
We have this thing called Coffee House. Coffee House is a creative outlet for students to perform and, show off their own creations.
We are creating small motors out of electromagnets. So we're using D batteries and copper wire and scraping the enamel off so that they will spin, ideally like this.
Today we smashed liver and did a science experiment to see how hot, cold, or room temperature affects the enzymes within the liver.
We're in Audio 3 and we're in our studio right now and we're currently sound engineering a track that our band's about to play.
Today in Spanish 1, we were outside in the courtyard working on learning the names for the different activities in Spanish.
We've been creating the robots that we sketched in our notebooks. And starting today, we're actually learning to program and programming our robots to do simple things like move.
This week in iLab, we're working on our project, which is a time-lapse video of Makeup Through the Ages based on literary pieces.
This week in visual art, we're addressing lines, value, and adding detail to still life.
Every year at Renaissance, we have a tradition where we have a Thanksgiving feast right before Thanksgiving break. Everybody brings in food to share, and we spend the afternoon eating lunch together and being thankful for each other.
We're having the Innovation Fair for our school, Renaissance High School. It's where we show all of our iLab projects.
For the past semester, we've been working on these projects that we're all passionate about for different reasons, and now we're showing off what we've done.
We give them control over what they want to create.
When they start the iLab process all the way back at the beginning of the semester, everyone has to come up with an idea.
I've been at other schools where we do projects that we enjoy, but nothing where we get so much creative freedom.
And you'll be able to play music basically through light.
This week in Miss Patton's English class, we're studying the play Hamlet.
To make it more interesting and fun, we're actually acting it out instead of reading it.
Hello, and happy holidays from Renaissance High School. This week we had our final coffee house of the semester.
We celebrated with cookies, performances, and iLab awards.
And we ended it with a sing-along.
Today in chemistry, we reacted calcium carbide with water to create acetylene gas, which created a pop noise when we put a flame up to it.
Today we learned about distracted driving and driving under the influence with the simulation, and it was very weird, but we all learned how dangerous it really is.
Hello, this week in personal finance, we're making a song on how to save money.
We're also making a music video to enter the Jumpstart Personal Finance Music Video Contest.
We're learning how to work the camera. Right now we're focusing on aperture, and we're just taking example pictures and just kind of learning how to edit them and make them look good.
This week in Spanish class, we're learning how to speak in the past tense. We're learning this by writing children's stories. This will help us have a better understanding of the present and perfect tenses in Spanish.
This month in English, we've been working on our research.
Miss Green allowed us to choose a famous person and then we wrote an essay and did a fun little project on
it. This week in art, we've been making landscape paintings outside. So we've been looking at the place around the campus to see different landscapes we can paint.
And this week in U.S. history, we went over to the Enrichment Center to speak to some of the seniors there about the Civil Rights Movement and interview them about the time that they lived in.
We're creating radioactive decay using alcohol, uranium, and dry ice. This is going to create 3 types of radioactive decay, which can be muons, beta particles, and alpha particles.
Hello, and this week at Renaissance, we are working on our senior CD.
Each year, students come up with original material for the senior CD and they give the proceeds to the charity of their choice.
We'll be having a release party on April 21st, and everyone is welcome.
We learned about the first law of thermodynamics by making our own calorie meter and lighting the foods on fire.
So we're celebrating our spring iLab fair. iLab is a special class at Renaissance where we get together and make projects based on the things that we feel strongly about. It's a really cool class and it really helps us grow in our creativity.
Hello, this week at Renaissance we had our final coffee house of the year.
It was exclusive to seniors only to showcase their talents.
And we rocked it.
For Year in Review, thank you Tammy Buckley for capturing all these great memories.